And Jake Paul, maybe?
Easy. Easy. Too easy.
It's too easy.
Too easy.
That's right. Gervonta Tank Davis versus me, baby.
It's not over just because you fighting Jake Paul. Jake Paul ain't no type of demon. This is not like he about to go in there with Godzilla. You about to play around for 8 rounds, 2 minutes with a dickhead. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but you know, with somebody that think they know how to fight. This is a still.
Floyd Mayweather has finally broken his silence on the highly hyped bout between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. In his first public comments, Mayweather didn't mince words, offering a critical assessment of the clash. He praised Tank Davis's exceptional power and skill, emphasizing that Davis is a formidable force in the ring. Regarding Jake Paul, Mayweather expressed skepticism about Paul's rapid rise in boxing, questioning whether his success is built on genuine skill or the spectacle surrounding his persona.
Gone too far. Too far. Jake Paul is taking on Gervonta Tank Davis in an exhibition bout this November. The fight will be taking place in Atlanta between the cruiserweight and the 135-pounder. Nearly a 100-pound difference between the two guys. This is absolutely insane. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below.
Boxing insiders are largely dismissing the Paul versus Davis exhibition as a misguided spectacle, not a true contest. British heavyweight Dave Allen labelled it foul, asserting that Davis could flatten Paul while both proceed in it for the money. Promoter Hearn echoed the skepticism, suggesting Davis may be more interested in payday than prestige, positing that his half checked out of boxing and chasing cash over championship glory.
Jake Paul, I mean, as of right now, for what he's doing, good for what he's doing. But once he fights a real fighter, it's gonna be bad.
Have you been impressed?
But one thing I like about him, one thing I do like he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he? And Floyd, there are many people who believe you're the most talented fighter ever. Period. So whatever you say to this question, I think is important. Are you impressed? Does he have boxing ability, or is he just an entertainer who has a lot of fans and can promote a fight and has fought lesser opponents, or is he actually talented?
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Boxing insiders are largely dismissing the Paul versus Davis exhibition as a misguided spectacle, not a true contest. British heavyweight Dave Allen labelled it a farce, asserting that Davis could flatten Paul while both proceed in it for the money. Promoter Hearn echoed the skepticism, suggesting Davis may be more interested in payday than prestige, positing that his half checked out of boxing and chasing cash over championship glory.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. And I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195?
Meanwhile, Dave Allen has been vocal about the coming exhibition match between Paul and Davis, expressing skepticism about its legitimacy. He views the bout as a spectacle rather than a serious contest, highlighting the significant weight disparity. Paul is a cruiserweight, while Davis is a lightweight. Allen believes this mismatch undermines the sport's credibility and detracts from meaningful matchups. He also commented on Moses Itima's progression, suggesting that facing seasoned opponents like Dillian Whyte is essential for Itima to prove himself at the elite level. Allen's insights reflect his commitment to preserving the integrity of boxing.
It's a good area title level fight. That's a good level. Like, proud of him, do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. But the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was farcical. It's 10-11 minutes his best. Up 6 weight difference. But less the problem. Chavez wasn't in his fitness. fighting MMA guys. Again, it's fighting people that aren't doing the same. That's not even the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I wasn't really watching any of it. I think I watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think he's area title level. He works really hard, he trains hard, and I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. He's great, he's a good fighter. He's not a bad fighter. The experience is not bad at all. Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if you make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, great. But I think that's what it's absolutely ridiculous farce. Who wants to watch exhibition? Gervonta Davis, this is his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is that having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up away and fighting Lopez and Garcia's? Them fighting. Why is he fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition? I get the money's great, but he's in the prime years. It's the best years where they can become. Maybe you don't want to be here at all times. Maybe you don't want to do all this.
Boxing writer Keith Idek didn't mince words, calling the narrative of Davis ducking Jake Paul misleading. To frame the Paul fight as Davis dodging Roach would be inaccurate. The Roach rematch is Davis' legitimate mandatory obligation, not some evasion. IDK's point underscored the reality that the focus should remain on honoring existing agreements over sensational crossover bouts.
Well, I think as we discuss this, we should use air quotes when we call it a fight, because I don't see how any athletic commission, in this case the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission, could sanction this as a legitimate boxing match. I think it has to be treated as entertainment to some degree, because you can't put someone they're 65 pounds apart in weight for the most part now. If you look at the cruiserweight limit and the lightweight limit, even if Jake Paul somehow got down to, let's just say 180, and I'm not sure that he'd be able to do that at this point because he's fought so high in weight. Let's just say he got down to 180. They're still 45 pounds apart in weight, and that's just not safe. So if this were to be treated as some sort of, even though they're calling it an exhibition, a legitimate athletic event, I don't know how you could do that, because it's just not safe for someone that big and someone that small to fight each other. That's why they have weight classes. And I just don't understand. I do understand that Netflix is into tentpole events, and people will watch this because they're into the spectacle of it all, and it will draw eyeballs. But does anything that anyone pitches that people will watch, does that make it a good idea?
Dana White has occasionally praised Jake Paul, particularly for his promotional abilities and contributions to the sport. In 2024, White acknowledged Paul's efforts in promoting fights and engaging audiences, stating that Paul is just trying to get attention and doesn't hate him. White also commended Logan Paul, describing him as brilliant for his role in bringing attention to the sport. Despite their differences, White recognized the Paul brothers' impact on combat sports.
That I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me for the next 5 years for cocaine if I can test you randomly for performance-enhancing drugs the next 2 years. And I never got a response on that. But other than when me and Jake Paul have gone back and forth with each other, I've never said anything to defame him. And then when he was talking about his fights being fixed, I don't think that people are actually saying that they're predetermined outcomes, that they're fixing the fights, with predetermined outcomes. They're saying, if you're fighting a 60-year-old fucking guy that can barely walk to the fucking ring, right, and almost died 2 months before that, it's almost like a predetermined outcome. That's what they're fucking saying.
Jake Paul is positioned to defeat Davis in their coming exhibition bout on November 15, 2025, at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Despite Davis' impressive 3001 record, the significant weight and size disparity between Paul, who is approximately 65 pounds heavier and stands 6 feet 1 inch compared to Davis' 5 feet 5.5 inches, gives Paul a substantial physical advantage. While Davis is known for his knockout power and speed, the exhibition nature of the fight and the weight mismatch may hinder his performance. Paul's confidence and strategic approach could enable him to capitalize on these advantages, potentially leading to a surprising outcome.
Fight has to be the most hostile thing that's going on in sports fight. And this fight has made us all really, and I tell you why. So I got to tell you guys who I think win the fight and why I think Jake Paul wins. I think either Jake Paul wins or he trips.
No.
No way.
Nope.
Just an exhibition, and we can talk about that. You saw at the beginning, this fight is just impactful. And as boxing pugilists, many of us can hate this shit. But as boxing fans, you want real shit, right? Davis versus Jake Paul. But then, what you really want is what you're getting out of like Brian Norman Jr. and Devin the American Dream Haney. Show me this. Show me on the distance. 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 Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Fuck your security. I don't need right here. Yeah. What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? You a bitch, nigga. You a bitch. Yeah, all right. Wow. Gervonta Tank Davis fans for him. I'm talking about huge fans of Tank. Turning over on him, I saw Tank Davis fans put up pictures of him as loud and shit. Like, crazy. And I get it. I totally get it. But at the same time, it has revealed a huge amount of hypocrisy. Because guess what? When everybody talking about this fight, not talking about the fight who doesn't even watch boxing, especially those who don't watch boxing. Let's keep it real. This is a fight for the casuals, okay? But at the same time, when so many people are talking about this fight, quarterback, the way the internet just erupted, all the socials just went crazy. This fight is going to be one of the biggest fights in history.
Lamont Roach Jr. has strongly criticized Davis for opting to fight Paul in an exhibition bout instead of honoring their anticipated rematch. Roach expressed his disappointment, accusing Davis of avoiding him and prioritizing financial gain over legitimate competition. He emphasized that the boxing community was eager to see their rematch following their controversial draw earlier this year. Roach also hinted at the possibility of facing undefeated WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson if the Davis fight does not materialize.
I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. I can't